Hi students, today my NPSC 2014 prelims question paper solve kuro. In this session, I'll be completing from question number 1 to 100, and the next video I'll be covering from 101 to 200. So I'll be teaching you how tips on how to score more marks in prelims by analyzing and doing the necessary techniques to score the good marks. So let's get the video started. So in NBSC first question, all travel restriction for the Indian foreigners and for Indian and foreign tourists to Nagaland and Manipur were lifted from the year 2011. So it was started in January 1 2011. And next, what who among the following led the Chittagong Army Raid? So Chittagong Army Raid, we already know that it was led by Surya Sen in April 18, 1930, and the Surya Sen was also known as Master Da. So Surya Sen is the answer. Next, the chemical name of bleaching powder. So what is bleaching powder? Bleaching powder is also known as calcium oxychloride or calcium hypochlorite. And if you see the outer option, calcium carbonate is CaCO3, it is sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, and calcium hydroxide. And the chemical name of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride. Next, the governor of Bengal, Seni Jackson, was shot at in public by a girl student of the Calcutta University. Who was she? So she was Bina Das. So this incident took place on the onset of the civil disobedience movement, when during the phase of armed revolutionaries. So next, which session of the Indian National Congress was presided over by Mahatma Gandhi? So Mahatma Gandhi presided over the Belcom session, the only session in which it took place, and it took place in 1924 at Belcom. So what was the reason behind this? So the reason behind this is to make an alliance between the pro changer and the no changer after the non cooperation movement. Next, a dockyard of the Indus Valley civilization is located at Lothal. So Lothal is the dockyard, and if you look at the other option, Kalibangan means black Bengals. Dholavira is famous for water conservation in Indus Valley civilization, and Lothal is gold, also known for water management system. Next, and it is also a dockyard. Rawatare is a major tribe of. So Rawatare is a tribe of Rajasthan. In which year Rowlatt Act was passed? So Rowlatt Act was passed in 1919. It was also known as the revolutionary. Uh, it was also passed to suppress the revolutionaries, and it was passed in 21st of March 1919. And next, the rank of the different ministers in the Union Council of Ministers is determined by the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister allows the portfolio for every minister in the Council of Ministers. Then, in which year Hind Swaraj was written? So Hind Swaraj was written in 1909 by Mahatma Gandhi during his struggle in South Africa, and some of the works are also Navjivan, which was written in 1929. So next, which state leads the production of wheat in India? So wheat production, obviously Uttar Pradesh, followed by Punjab and Madhya Pradesh. So first is Uttar Pradesh. Next, so we'll skip the numericals for the next. For the other sessions, we'll just um, complete other history, polity, geography, and other portions. So, in which year the Congress Socialist Party was formed? So, Congress Socialist Party was formed in 1934, and it was founded by J.P. Narayanan, Ram Manohar Lohia, Acharya Deva. Next, a, galv- a galvanometer is an instrument which that can be used to measure current. So galvanometer is used for measuring current. Small amounts of current. Resistance is measured by resistor, and inductance is measured by inductor, and voltage is measured by it voltmeter. Next, The state flower of Nagaland is rhododendron, and also its scientific name is also known as Macabinium johnstonium. It was first discovered by Mr. Johnson, a surveyor in British Nagaland, in which inscription Ashoka declared that all men are my children. So Ashoka declared his the if the that all men are his children in the Jadogoda inscription, which uh, oh, it was in Dhauli, sorry, in Dhauli in Puri, Orissa, and Erangodi is in Andhra Pradesh, and Maski. So the answer is Dhauli. So next, there are wildlife sanctuaries and national parks in this in district. So in Kohima there's Pulebachi National Park, uh, Pulebachi Wildlife Sanctuary, and Tiunchang there's Fakim Wildlife Sanctuary. In Dimapur there's Rangapar Wildlife Sanctuary. So in all of these there are national parks, national wildlife sanctuaries. And Pulebachi was established in 1980. Fakim Rangapur was established in 1986. So next, textile industries are more in western part of India. So why western coast of India? So western coast of India because the availability of cotton of black soil, which makes it viable for growing cotton, is the main reason why cotton industries are mostly located on the western part of India, on the western coast like Gujarat, Maharashtra, etc. Bhima is a tributary of which river? So Bhima is a tributary of Krishna River, and it is the second largest peninsular river, Krishna. So in Nagaland, the literacy rate is 79.6 according to 2011 census. So if we round out the figure, it is 80%. Next, which one of the following brings out publication of energy statistics from time to time? So the energy statistics is published by the Central Power and Research Institute, not Central Statistical Organization, no, the Central Power Research Institute. So next, uh, the literacy rate of Nagaland is 71.6, and for male it is 82.75, and female it is 76.11. Next, Kundan Kulam is a atomic power station. It was commissioned in 2013 but established in 2002, and Kundan Kalam is located in Tamil Nadu. Next, the, the Nagaland sugar mill having an installed capacity of 1000 tons is located in Dimapur. It is located in Fort Mile, and it was established in 1973, March of 22, 1973. Next, in Nagaland, Ahuna is a cultural festival of the Sema Nagas, and it is celebrated on November 14, and it is a post-harvest festival. Project Tiger was announced in 1973, and it was under the prime ministership of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Next, the area of Lok Sabha constituency for the purpose of general election is determined by the Delimitation Commission. Recently, there has been a controversy regarding the Delimitation Commission. So, the Delimitation Commission takes census on the basis of 2001 data, and it makes the delimitation for Lok Sabha as well as the State Assembly. So the least distance of distinct vision of a young adult with normal vision is 25 centimeter. What is least distance of distinct vision? It is the least distance at which a person is able to see clearly is called least distance of distinct vision, and for every adult who has a normal eyesight it is 25 centimeter. Next, the the ratio of area of two similar triangles equal to, so if two similar triangles are there, so the squares of the ratio of the corresponding sides, so the two squares of the sides will always be equal in the ratio. That is, if this is um, so if this is 1, this is 2, if this is 1, this is 2, so it will be 1 by 2 is 2, 1 by 2, so the ratio of the sides will be equal. So next, Dandi March is a part of which movement of nationalist struggle? So Dandi March is a is a part of the civil disobedience movement, which was started on 6th of April 1930, and it uh, it started on 12th of March, and it completed on 6th of April, where Gandhiji broke the salt law and formally inaugurated the civil disobedience movement. Who was known as the Rani or Queen of the Nagas during the British period? So Rani Gaidinloi was the Rani. Name the first Indian selected for the Indian Civil Services. So Indian Civil Services was was the first Indian was selected was Satyendranath Tagore, and he was selected in 1863 following the Indian Civil Service Act of 1861. So after 1861, after 2 years, Satyendranath Tagore was the first ICS. What should be an object placed in front of a convex lens to get a real image the size of an object? So if you look at the convex lens, so like this. So what should the be an object be placed in front to get a real image? So the real image is it should be formed it should be formed like this. So to make to make the image uh, to make the image a real image in front of the object, so it should be twice the focal length. So if f is the middle, so it should be twice the distance, so as to get the real image. Next, email stands for electronic mail. And next, who among the following viceroy passed the Ilbert Bill? So Ilbert Bill was passed by Lord Ripon in 1883. So what is this Ilbert Bill? Ilbert Bill is a bill that was passed by Justice Ilbert. So basically this bill was passed so that Indians could try cases against the Europeans in case of in case there's violation of law. So next, in which of the following places is the famous rock cut architecture of the Pallavas? So the rock cut architecture is located at Mahabalipuram, and um, it was constructed by Narasimhan II. Next, the Parliament of India can make use of the residuary power at all times. So what is residuary powers? So they are they are center, state, and powers, and also residuary powers. So residuary powers it lies with the parliament, and it can be used at all times. Next, the first Buddhist council was presided over by Mahakasapa, not Mogaliputra Tissa. So he is the second, and this Mahakasapa was presided over the first Buddhist council, and it was started by King Ajatasattu under the patronage of King Ajatasattu in 483 BC, if I believe. So next, the physical components of a computer system are called hardware. So physical, which we are able to touch, is called hardware. The planning commission was set up in the year 1950. The kidneys in the human beings are a part of the system of excretion. Excretion means letting out the waste particles from our body. The major part land use pattern in Nagaland is Jhum cultivation. So Jhum cultivation occupies a major portion of land use for agriculture, followed by terrace cultivation. Per capita income in Nagaland is in the year 2000 is current affairs, so it will be higher than average of, and the rate is around 90,168 rupees for the per capita income of the Nagas. Majority of the people in Nagaland are Christian, and it comprises about 87.93% of the total population. Almost 90% are Christians. The Rajya Sabha was first constituted on April 3rd, 1952. So, if we look at the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the Rajya Sabha was first constituted in April 3rd, 1952, and then Lok Sabha on April 17th, 1952. So the people of Negroid race have migrated from Malaysia. So Negroid race were migrated from Malaysia. Next, Mount Saramati is the highest peak in Nagaland with a height of 3,840 meters above the sea level. So 3,840. Next, class 6 towns and urban agglomeration have population range of less than 5,000. So um, this considers a portion of the CD in which the population is less than 5,000 for class 6,000 urban agglomeration. Next, question number 50. The union president can directly disallow a state legislator in case the bill is reserved by the governor for the president's assent. So, under Article 201 of the Constitution, if the state bill affects the sovereignty of the nation or internal security or affects any of the international relations, so the governor can reserve the bill of the state bill for the president's assent. So in case the governor sends the bill to the president can disallow the state bill, and even if the state returns the bill, the president can still disallow the bill to be passed. So this is under Article 201. In Nagaland, the highest population density is Dimapur with 409 per square kilometer. So next, uh, the famous work on music Man Kutuhal was prepared by Raja Mansingh. Raja Mansingh was under King Akbar. The chemical name of vinegar, which is widely used as a preservative, is acetic acid. Acetic acid formula is CH3COOH. So this is acetic acid, and it is also called vinegar. It is used as a preservative. Next, who among the following was Nikitin? Was Russian. So Nikitin was a Russian, and he visited India during the reign of Devaraya to uh, uh, under Muhammad Sri Bahamani. And next, inclusive growth as enunciated in the 11th five-year plan does not include strengthening of capital market. Inclusive growth included reduction of poverty, extension of employment opportunities, and reduction of gender equality. It did not include strengthening of capital market. So this is the answer. Next, red shirts. Question number 58. Red shirts were a band of supporters of Khan Abdul Jafar Khan. He is also known as the uh, Frontier Gandhi, and his group was known as Khudai Gitmagar, and it became relevant during the civil disobedience movement. Question number 59. Which one of the following is responsible for preparation and presentation of union budget in the parliament? So the union budget is passed by the Department of Economic Affairs, and it is under Article 112 of the Constitution, and it is not called budget but called the annual financial statement. Question number 60. The pension of a high court is charged from the Consolidated Fund of India under Article 266 of the Constitution. Next, who among the following renounced knighthood in protest against Jallianwala? So Rabindranath Tagore renounced his knighthood, which was given to him following his Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913 for his work Gitanjali, and he protested against it in 1915 following the Jallianwala Bagh massacre of 1913. Who among the following was not a founding member of the Muslim League? So Muslim League was not founded by M.A. Jinnah, though he later joined it in 1913. The the Muslim League was founded on December of 30th, 1906 at Dhaka, Bangladesh under Lord Minto. Next, the correct onset of monsoon is 1st of July, and Parliament's expenditure is controlled by the Controller and Auditor General under Article 148 of the Constitution, and the audit report is provided under Article 151. Next, the xylem. So xylem is responsible for, so if we go with the acronym ABCD, so X, Y, so W, X, Y, Z. So if xylem, then we can always know it can associate this with water, because W comes before X. So we can know that xylem is responsible for transport of water, and for phloem, PHO, so it will be food. So for food it will be phloem, for water it will be xylem. Next, which which of the following statement is incorrect? So permanent terraced cultivation is superior to most of the widely used drum cultivation. Yes, correct. The timber exploitation for export as also drum cultivation resulted in near crisis deforestation. Yes. The marriage of Nagas within the clan is given preference. No. So this is incorrect because a same clan cannot be married. In modern times, morongs have fallen into disuse. Yes, correct. So next, Mount Saramati Range forms a natural barrier between Nagaland and Myanmar. It forms an international boundary between India and Myanmar. What are the cells that circulate within the body and block the leaks of blood that help by helping to clot the blood at the point of injury? So platelets is responsible, and white blood cell, the duration is 3 to 4 days. Red blood cell lifeline is 120 days, and insulin is a drug. Next, the river that frequently shifts its course is Kosi. Kosi is also known as the Sorrow of Bihar. 11th schedule of the constitution relating to the Panchayat Raj contains 29 items, and for municipalities it contains 18 items. So for Panchayat Raj there are 29 items like water supply, uh, uh, agriculture, mm, school education, etc. So what number 72, which of the following text of Amir Khosrow describe the conquest of Decca? So the conquest of Decca was written by Amir Khosrow, and the book is Khaizan ul Futuh, and it was written during Alauddin Khilji's rule. In how many agroclimatic zones India is divided? Agroclimatic zones India is divided into 15. Agroclimatic zones means various climate for growing crops. The the value, next, a music file format is following mp3. So mp3 is the music file, all are photo file. Next, third generation computers uses integrated chips, that is IC chips. The first used vacuum tubes, and the second generation used transistors, and the third generation used integrated chips. Next, the Indian government was formed in 1946 under the leadership of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 2nd of September 1946. Tolkyapam was a Tamil text on grammar, so it is a part of the Sangam age, and it is also known as the grammar of Tamil language, Tamil being the oldest language in India. Who of the following designed the Taj Mahal? So Taj Mahal was designed by Ustad Isa, and it was constructed under the patronage of Shah Jahan, and it started in 1632 and completed only in 1653 in the memory of her beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. And he designed along with Ustad Ahmad Lahori. Next, collective responsibility cabinet was introduced in India by the Constitution of India. So collective responsibility is provided under Article 35, and it is a concept of the British Parliament. Next, who among the following proposed the safety valve theory? So A.O. Hume, Alan Octavian Hume proposed the safety valve theory. Next, who among the following fixes the salaries and allowance of speaker? So the Parliament fixes the salaries of speaker. Which of the following 5 plans human development as the core of all development parties? So 8 5 plans. So how do we remember this? So human development is correlated with the HDI index, which was given effect in 1990 by two economists, that is Mehboob ul Haq and Professor Amartya Sen, and the 8th 5 plan was launched only in 1992 to 97. So if we look at the date, so it was passed during the 8th 5 plan, which was passed in 1992 1997. Next, reservation of seats for the women in Panchayat 6 to ensure participation of women, and it is under Article 243, and for municipalities it is under Article 243 T for tiger. Next, The Mughal emperor who introduced the Mansabdari system. It was launched by Akbar, and Mansab means rank, means providing the each person with a Mansab according to his position, and it was started by his finance minister Toramal. Next, which of the following was the British East India Company's southern headquarters? So southern headquarters was in Fort St. George, which was constructed in Madras in 1694. Fort St. Williams by Lord Wellesley was started in Kolkata, and Fort St. James is in Canada, and Fort St. David is in Chennai. Next, pointing pointing device in a computer among the following is a mouse. So mouse is used for pointing the in a computer. Next, in which conspiracy case Bhagat Singh was tried by the British? So British government tried Bhagat Singh in the Lahore conspiracy case in 1929 when he threw a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly to protest against the Public Safety Bill, and on 8th of April 1929. Next, who among the following issued the famous Uttaramero inscription? So it was issued by Parandaka, who was a leader of the Chola dynasty. The state animal of Nagaland is Gaur, also known as Mithun, and the scientific name is Bos frontalis. Next, 96. Jacobean Club at Seringapatam was established by Tipu Sultan, and he planted a tree of liberty in 1794 to fight against the British. Next, at question number 98. At what time the short circuit the current in the circuit? So in times of short circuit, the current increases heavily. So short circuit means increase of current. Sal, what is sal? Sal is a hardwood, and it is a tropical deciduous wood. Next, the last question for today is the Piedmont areas of Himalayas is covered by terai soils. So we know that there are four types of soils, that is Khadar, Bangar, Khadar, Bangar, Khagar, and Terai. So Terai soils are usually located on the slopes of the mountain. So if it is a mountain and in the mountain slopes before reaching the river, so these soils located on the slopes of the mountain are also known as Terai. So for this, we'll cover this up to 100. In the next lesson, we'll be covering from up to 200. So have a great day, and please like and subscribe this channel for more videos.